Hey Steve,
Hi, Andrea.
how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Yeah, good. Thanks for the Octelius updates.
Oh, no problem. I got it in a little late, but I got it done. Time just got away from me.
Yeah, I was very last minute for my project updates as well.
Yeah,
So
I think everybody.
that's how things are. Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's really busy. So let me start to bring up the notes and let's see who joins today.
Oh, you're breaking up a little bit. I don't know if it's your side or my side.
Um, I think last time, so I it's probably my side file right now. Can you understand me?
Yeah.
Can you still?
Tracy, you're on mute.
On everything muted. I'm here.
There you go.
Hi, Tracy.
How are you? Doing okay?
Good. And good. Yeah. Um, doing okay. Thanks. Good. Yeah, good. And you?
Good. It's starting to rain here and be cold. Reminder that summer is really over. Doesn't take long, man. It's like as soon as the fall passes, we're like, ooh, it's cold. That's September 21st deadline, man, for enjoying the outdoors. It's actually been really pretty here, but it's cold today and rainy, which we're not used to.
Yeah, I can imagine. We've had a unusual good summer in Wales, so it was sunny instead of rainy as it normally is. So can't complain.
Nice.
Hi, Jithin. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Hi,
Hello,
Jason.
good morning.
Good morning. So, unfortunately, I have a hard cut at the half an hour today. I need to pick up my son from school. So I would say let's get started if that's okay. We have a
Good for
couple of
me.
things on the agenda. Um, yeah, so welcome everyone. Thanks for joining the TOC meeting today. Today is October the 8th. So I copied over some updates from last time. I think it was just me in the meeting, so we didn't really share the updates. So in the previous meeting, we had some discussion about CI/CD cybersecurity and how we could use like the best practices and the work that is being done by that SIG to drive membership. So I brought that idea to the governing board meeting, and I think the idea was well received. The only caveat that CDF must maintain neutrality. So it's okay to inform and describe products that are out there, but we cannot promote them. So it's just that distinction is important when it comes to commercial offering. And I think if we have some practical example at some point, we could submit them to the governing board for review, and they can basically stamp them and say, yeah, it's okay to include them.
So I wonder what it means by not promoting them. I wonder if we,
I think it means, I mean, we need to maintain neutral ground, so we should not say, well, this product is better than this other product, or this
oh
commercial
yeah,
offering is better than this open source project. We just say, okay, well, this product fits this category and this box.
okay.
Uh,
Okay. So what
I,
what I'll do is I'll mock up a page that shows maybe a listing of a commercial tool that maybe it be sponsoring the guide, and we have it listed as a sponsor.
Mhm.
Because that we wouldn't be saying it's good or bad. We're just saying this is a sponsored commercial tool.
Yeah, I think that would be fair enough. Um, and yeah, so if you have like a draft, we can get it, for the governing board for review, just to make sure, and then
Yeah, I
go
can
ahead.
mock something up for them and see if that would work. And then we'd have to talk about what we'd want to charge for it and who would be selling it. Because I don't think we have any sales reps on our team at the CDF, and Roxanne's not somebody who'd be doing that. So,
Yeah,
but let me mock it up and get it over to them.
thanks. Do you have any other updates from the CI/CD cybersecurity, Tracy, since we are on the topic?
Yeah, the only we did October 1st was our official announcement. We did a blog that's getting pushed out. I did a talk at DevOps Experience on it, letting everybody know it was there, and did kind of did a little demo of how it works. What else? And we're part of Hacktoberfest. The
Great.
goal, the next goal we have is Kate is going to work on creating issues for all of the open source tools that we have referenced in the guide, to ask them
Mhm.
to review it, to make sure it's accurate, and to add themselves in places that we may have missed or remove them in places that we got wrong. We're going to start with the OpenSSF and asking them to review it to make sure that all of their tooling is in it, because it's not. I already know it's not. So we're going to send out two. One's going to first go out to the OpenSSF that just says, hey, this guide is available. We want to make sure that your tool is included. Please list it as appropriate. And then for the tools we did send, we'll ask them to verify it. And we'll do that through a GitHub issue. Unless somebody has a better idea how to reach out to those groups, I think that is the best way to do it. But
Yeah, I think it's probably best way. I mean, GitHub issues, they're likely to manage to engage with project maintainers. We're probably best positioned to answer that.
that's what I figured.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when you do the OpenSSF and you create those issues, how long it takes them to respond.
Yeah, exactly.
If
And
they
then
just totally ignore it, or if they actually go and do something relatively soon.
Steve's working with Roxanne to get a proper URL. It's still under Netlify, so I think we're going to do. What did you say it was going to be?
Cybersecurity.cd.foundation.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I mean, if the issues don't get any response, I mean, I guess we can, also reach out to the OpenSSF and ask to, ping their project uh, maintainers. So, okay, well, this is
Yes.
something that would be interesting too.
And I've reached out to Stacy Potter, who's their kind of their DevRel person. And they're going to try to get some budget for helping us promote that next year. I need to speak with her. I think we haven't trying to get a meeting set up, but to find out if there's something that we should do to maybe highlight that it's an open SSF project. Because it's open, it's open source, but it'd still be nice to highlight the Linux Foundation security tooling. So they're thinking about doing some joint meetups with us, maybe hosting some meetups. So we are going to work with them as close as possible, which is why we're going to send out to them first.
Great. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Tracy. Anything else on any other?
The one last thing is that we may kind of follow the road that you guys did with the CD events and push to ask to have it move from a SIG to a project. And that
Okay.
probably would be next year sometime.
Okay.
I think it'd be good to have a new project announced for the CDF. And since we have a product that people are working on, it might make sense to move it out of a SIG status.
Sure. Do you envision having some open source software produced by the project as well, or would it be mainly
And mainly the
documentation?
documentation, yeah.
Okay.
We just dropped a pile of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we
So
can.
yeah. So I bring it up now because it is kind of unique to have. It's not actual, it's not a tool, but a guide. But I think it still could qualify for a project status.
And just one thing we talked about last time, you did add like a disclaimer to the guide.
We did. I added a disclaimer to the guide.
Okay.
It said, this is a guide to use at your own risk and
Don't blame
consider
us.
I consider your own environment and requirements. Yeah, I did. I got a disclaimer from Anne-Marie Fred that Red Hat uses for some of their templates.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so as the project progresses, that would be another area that we might consider is putting together some security templates. But that's a whole different kind of ballgame. But that has been brought up. And somebody is also working on a CI/CD cybersecurity landscape. And the goal would be to put some of these pieces out on the CD Foundation's website. So it's kind of front and center to the CD Foundation's brand.
Yeah, nice. That makes sense, I think. But yeah, I mean, for the project side, I think, yeah, if the group can maybe put together a proposal,
Okay.
with the reasoning and some.
Yeah, we have to come up with a name for the project. It's going to take a little work. I might try to work on it over the Christmas break. We'll get something to you guys if we plan on doing it in the early part of the year. Right now, we're just going to focus on making sure that the projects that the open source projects that were listed in there are aware that they're being referenced and ask them to check where they're at. And that'll take a few months.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's great. That's brilliant. I think that having this kind of validation is very important. So cool. All right. Yeah, I guess next on the agenda then as project updates, the Q3 updates. So thanks everyone who provided the updates until today. So we have updates from Jenkins, Screwdriver, Ortelius, Tecton, and CD events. We still haven't received the updates from Spinnaker or Jenkins. Yeah, so I wanted to give an opportunity for folks to present their updates if they would like to today. So I don't see anyone from Jenkins on the call. So I think I would skip the Jenkins ones. Jithin, would you like to talk about the Screwdriver updates? Do you have anything you would like to mention or highlight there?
Yeah, I can do that. Okay, so one of the things we've been doing is we've been launching a new version 2 of our UI with larger pipelines in mind, jobs with hundreds of jobs. So right now it's not a default. It's users need to switch from the option from a pipeline from a user settings page, but we are adding bug fixes and everything to make sure that that can be the default experience. Then another notable fix was we had a lot of our users, especially with GitHub webhook events coming in, complaining that their PR bills are not running. And we found out that it's because of an incorrect payload size misconfiguration. And we're also gearing towards upgrading SonarQube to version 2025 internally at our enterprise one. As part of that, we have a native integration with the Sonar scanner in one of the build steps, but just updating that. That's pretty much from notable stuff we did in Q3.
Thanks. Okay, then next would be Ortelius. Steve, are you interested in presenting this? So let me just bring it up. Oh, where is it?
Yeah, so for us, we've been doing some work. We've been focusing on the onboarding process, and we're going to be using Jenkins as one of our first projects where we're going to be passively onboarding the project. So that's in process. And one of the things we are trying to figure out is how to notify folks of high and critical vulnerabilities. That's always been a challenge, notifications. And we have 2 prototypes for our model context protocol out there. We have 2 different contributors working on 2 different slants for the MCP. We did do some fixes to our website, and we are part of Hacktoberfest. And I'm just going to do our Hacktoberfest update now. So for Hacktoberfest, we have had, I think, 4 new people join the project to work on a Hacktoberfest. So we have a lot of interest in what's going on with the project around Hacktoberfest. I think we've already emerged like 3 or 4 PRs, or maybe more than that, in this first week for Hacktoberfest. So that's moving along really well this year. So that's the main stuff that we have going on with Ortelius. Oh, and if you go down to the fun fact at the very bottom, Sasha was our international traveler for the month. For this quarter, he went and visited one of our other contributors, Arvin, in India. So it's good to see our contributors hooking up outside of the development world and you know, visiting each other. Sasha, did you like India?
Everybody should go to India. It's the most amazing place.
It is.
It's awesome. It's an incredible place. Yeah.
And there's something that Steve didn't mention. We're in the throes of doing a pretty major redesign of the Ortelius platform. We're going to start bringing it through the architecture committee tomorrow. But it would be really helpful if we got some feedback from this board. So if we could say in the next 4 weeks, have some time to show the rework and get some feedback, that would be super helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that would be fine for me, I think. Yeah, so I mean, we have a meeting every other week, I think. So it would be either the next meeting or in 2 meetings.
Let's do,
So
yeah, let's do it not the next meeting, but the meeting after that, which would be like the first meeting in maybe let's do the first meeting in November.
sounds good. I mean, feel free to add an agenda item if you want,
Okay.
directly on the agenda, Tracy.
Yep.
And we can start creating the agenda for that meeting. So we
It
have it
would
scheduled.
be November the 5th. Does that work?
Yeah,
And Steve, is that okay? Do you think the architecture team would be ready for that?
Yeah, we'll be far enough along. We already have a placeholder demo,
Okay.
so
Okay. And I would guess if we could have it 15 to 20 minutes, that would be helpful. So the goal here is to improve our adoption. And we need to simplify the adoption. So we are literally going to look at rebuilding a good portion of it so that we're putting adoption front and center to the product. That's where the biggest changes are. Because right now we gather data from the CI/CD pipeline through a CLI. And we have discovered that many of the DevOps engineers just don't want to touch their workflow files anymore. So adding a step in it is a actual barrier to adoption. So we're looking at ways to not rely on this DevOps pipeline, which is a big change for us because we've always gathered evidence directly from the DevOps pipeline. And what we're looking at doing is figuring out a way to discover it. And that may be through, that's going to have to be through the adoption process. And we've looked at ways that like SNCC does it, and some other tools that have really good adoption roadmaps. So that is the reason why we're making the changes.
yeah, makes sense. Thanks for the updates. Any other questions or comments on Ortelius? Okay, I'll briefly present the Tecton and CD event one. So on Tecton side, well, in terms of features and releases, we moved the location where releases are stored. This is part of our infrastructure rehaul. So we have now a cloud agnostic domain, infra.tecton.dev, where nightly builds and releases are available. We also publish Tecton releases on GitHub as before, so no change there. I guess I wanted to highlight also the fact that we completed the migration of GCP using combination of GitHub Actions and as well as Oracle Cloud, where the project gets credit from the CNCF. So you have Kubernetes cluster there and relocated infrastructure there. And fun facts, there are two new projects, sub-projects within Tecton. One is a tool called Tecton Pruner, which is about cleaning up your cluster from old pipelines and task runs and so forth. And the other one is called Tecton Pipeline as Code, which is kind of a opinionated CI/CD solution. It's built on Tecton that is made available through the Tecton community. So this was born in OpenShift as an OpenShift project, and it was then donated to the Tecton community. Any questions on Tecton updates?
And Tecton is still with us then.
It is actually this week. Someone was assigned from the CNCF TOC to review the Tecton application and reach out for interviews for the adopters. So things started moving finally. It's been a few months, so let's see how it goes. Some of the, at least one of the contacts, for instance, we provided for like adopter interviews, change job. So because it's been so many months. But yeah, so we are on top of that. Things are starting to move finally. So if we'll go through the process, if the project is accepted, then it will move to CNCF. But yeah, it will take some time. And on CD event side, I mean, the main things the project has been looking into is cutting a release 0.5. So we made like a clear roadmap. There is only 1-2 issues left to complete. So we are targeting Q4 for that to be cut. And also we have been working on like focusing on enhancing interoperability for CD events by going further down into the definitions for like subjects and predicates and what they mean also in specific open source projects and products. Yeah, to make it clear, certain fields will correspond to other fields in different contexts, basically. So we have a steady trend of contributions. Oh, and the fun fact, it's not, I guess it's a copy paste issue. Sorry, I'll have to remove that. That's the old one. But yeah, I mean, it's still true. CD events was featured at CDCon in Denver. But that's all I have for CD events. Yeah, and briefly, so thanks for your note in the chat, Jason, about the Spinnaker. So we're looking forward to the updates when they are available.
Yeah,
Oktoberfest. Yeah.
I mean, there's not a huge amount of updates. The project's just working away, patching, version bumps, etc. I'll get a PR shortly.
Thanks. Oktoberfest this year, we have Jenkins, Sortilius, and the cybersecurity SIG participating. I think that's the entire list of projects participating this year. So then there was, at this point, I'm not sure, I don't think I added this, but there was some discussion during the governing board meeting about updating the landscape. So the landscape is a bit out of date, needs refreshing. And so how to best do this? So the proposal was to create a Google Doc where we kind of list all the things that needs to be changed and then make sure someone sets up a PR to apply those changes. So if and when the Google Doc is prepared for that, I'll share it to this group so that anyone can contribute to it. And also, this is an update from last week, upcoming open source summits. We have North America, May 26 in Minneapolis. October 26, Europe will be in Prague. There may be a mini summit there, and December 2026 in Japan. And yeah, that's all for the agenda. So unfortunately, I really have to drop off now. But if folks wanted to continue the discussion, feel free to do so. Yeah, thanks for joining today. Good to see everyone. Sorry, I have to drop a bit early today.
No worries.
No problem. Thanks.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Hey, Sasha, are you around for a little bit?
Yeah, I
Okay,
am.
I'm gonna ping you on Discord. I got a question for you.
Oh, cool. Do you want me to stay on this or
No, we'll
also
jump
on
No, we'll
over.
Discord?
jump off.
I'll just jump off and I'll send you a Discord message.
Okay, cool.
All
Okay,
right.
Steve, see you now.
All right. Thanks,
Okay,
everybody.
cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.